I believe we are in. I don't know. They're coming quickly and leaving quickly. But how you guys doing tonight on
Yep.
this cold Sunday morning here in Minnesota? So, Chris, I don't know how you do, but welcome, Working Man Crispy Bacon. How you doing? Chris, I think froze for a second. All right, so we'll move down to Mr. Primus himself, Tim Hendricks. How you doing, bud? Halfway across
I'm
this
doing
world, there.
Doing good.
I'm doing
I'm
good.
here.
It's cold, and Chris is back.
Oh, Chris is back. All right. Well, it's probably that cowboy stuff that he's wearing that his internet keeps
Yeah.
freezing up on. So, but,
Probably.
but Chris, how you doing, bud?
Yeah. No, it's chilly here too. Good.
Okay.
Doing good. Another week.
Nope.
So not too bad.
We got a lot of games to cover with the Thursday games, but first off, before we get to one tough question, which I got one, but it's not too tough, but it's not easy, I guess. But guys, let's talk about it. I know it's my favorite team, but man, what an ending to that Buffalo Bills Minnesota game. A lot of missed calls early on, a lot of missed calls, late in the game. But what can we say? You know, Tim, I'll start with you first, but what can we say about the ending of that game?
I've never seen an ending like that in my life. I've and we've gone through a lot. We've gone through the catch. We've gone
Yep.
through we've gone through
The catch too.
unbelievable things. Yeah, and to see it ending the way it ended with Josh Allen fumbling in the end zone was it's just
Well, that's just how regulation ended, but
yeah,
yeah.
the regulation.
Yeah.
As soon as regulation was over, I had to switch because the Colts are playing the Raiders, and I was I couldn't be more I couldn't be more right saying that was the game of the year, but that was an unbelievable game from start to finish. Let alone the last 30 seconds of that game.
Yeah, Chris, how about you?
Yeah.
What do you think? I mean, you know,
That was a heck of a throw by Cousins, and then that was a heck of a catch also. So
yeah, what
that,
was it?
that was
Fourth and
probably one of
12
the.
and he just heaves it up there? I mean,
I heard something about 4th and 18.
something like that, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that was a heck of a play, and they deserve that. You know.
I mean that and that's I mean, yeah, you could say they deserve it. They're finally getting the balls to bounce around on their side, the plays going their way. But I mean, first, I mean,
Eh,
like Chris said, the catch to lead up to the fourth and inches. I mean, I still think Kirk Cousins was in from who I saw, but the refs called it not in. Buffalo gets out there on the half-inch line. All they need to do is either take a safety or move forward to get them out of the end zone. You got
Yeah,
the miss handling between the center and the quarterback. I don't know if Josh Allen was thinking too much on what he was going to do, but I mean, even if they would have did the safety kick it off to him, I mean, what's the chance of the Vikings marching back down with 30 seconds left? But there was 12 men on the field in that last Vikings regulation play, but what a great ending. The game was good, but again, Vikings. I mean, I know Buffalo's a good team and stuff, but the Vikings got to stop having these exciting. I mean, don't get me wrong, exciting games, but they want to be serious playoff contenders and Super Bowl contenders. They got to start locking down and getting these games going. So, but outside of that, so moving on to our one tough question. Chris has disappeared for a second. Okay. So
sorry.
our one tough question, I got two parts to it. Like I said, it's probably not going to be our toughest question ever, but being that it's Thanksgiving week, let's give a little thanks. What are we thankful for this season as fans, and what are we thankful for as our team goes? Tim, I know this second part might be hard for you, but what are
No,
you
he froze.
thankful for
Oh,
uh as far as the season's going?
I'm thankful we're not 0-10. Um, we could have had so much. We could have been so much worse. I can't say I'm glad we're healthy because we're not. I don't know. That's the tough question when your team is 4-5-1.
Yeah.
Um, I'm thankful that we play the AFC West all season. I think we're 3-0 against the AFC West. So I think I'm thankful for the AFC West.
Okay. How about for the season overall? I mean,
Um, I think for the season overall, we don't have Carson Wentz. I think I'm thankful that we that we're getting a third round draft pick. Uh, I, it's it's tough when you're. I'm looking at teams that shouldn't be in playoff contention that are in playoff contention, and I'm looking at us going, we should be in playoff contention. I don't know. That's a
okay.
tough. That really is. It's a tough question, especially
Okay.
where there was so much promise for this team and it's failed. Maybe I should be thankful that Jeff Saturday's 1-0.
Yeah, maybe. Chris, how about you? What are you thankful for your Dallas
Yeah,
Cowboys?
Cowboys wise, I'm glad we don't have a worse record I thought we would heading into this point. I guess. I mean, there's some
Okay.
tough teams that we had to go through. Um, and then as a fan, I'm just glad we have, good games. Majority of them have been good games, and I hope that continues.
No, as a Viking fan, I mean, yeah, happy that we're 8-1. Happy to see the Packers and Bears struggling. Lions are, playing Lions football. The calls are coming somewhat the Vikings way, but like I said earlier, they need to start putting that pedal to the metal when they get ahead. Because when it comes to playoff football, you're gonna face a lot of good teams, and that defense is good. I get it, but I'd like to see them, you know, lock it down some. As a fan, kind of like what both of you guys said, looking at the schedule, a lot of teams that, are we thought were going to do good aren't doing good and giving other teams a chance. Like Chris said, a lot of great football being played. I think last year's playoffs really turned into a great 2022-2023 season. So that's what I think we're all just grateful for. Great football. So, all right, guys. Like I said, mess around's not going to be with us. Get better there, bud, and hopefully you can join us next
Yep.
episode. So I got his picks. So we'll start off with the early Sunday games. We got the Bears versus the Falcons. Bears are 3-7. The Falcons are 4-6. Falcons are favored by 2.5. Tim, Prime Moose, who do you have?
Well, mess around's gonna like my pick because what what Justin Fields did last week, I honestly don't think the Falcons are going to be able to stop. Um, I think Justin Fields is he's definitely something to look forward to in the future. That number that he put up last week was just absolutely ridiculous. Um, I've got the Bears.
Okay, Chris.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the bandwagon. I got the Bears too. I mean, Falcons been playing good, but I feel like Chicago's been playing better.
All right. For me, Tim, you nailed it. If Fields plays like he did last week, I don't think Atlanta's got a chance. But just so we don't jinx them for the second week in a row, I will go Falcons just mainly because they're at home. The Lions, I mean, yeah, Dave nailed it last week. I think we all jinxed them, but I think Fields is the real deal, and I hope they build around him. So the
No,
next game,
I had they were my lock. I had the Lions. I had them as my lock.
no, you
No,
did.
no, I
Oh
had
wait, last week you had.
no, I had the Giants as my lock.
Yeah, the Giants, and we all hit our locks last week. Speaking of that, next we got the game that got moved. We got the Cleveland Browns versus the temporarily we'll call them the Detroit Bills for the game. The Browns are 3-6. The Bills are 6-3. Bills are favored by 8. So Chris, who do you got in this game?
even though it's indoors and it's against. I, I'm going Bills.
You're going Bills. Tim.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care if that's indoors or outdoors. I just don't understand. I don't understand why you have an outdoor field. You get 6 feet of snow. Green Bay, they get people to come out there and they shovel the field. I can't understand why you can't get Buffalo people to put some little elbow grease and clean the fields. That being said, I still it's
Oh, they did.
indoors.
They tried.
Yeah, that tells me that Buffalo fans are lazy. You heard it here, Foos. They're not Usi over in Buffalo for their Bills, as Usi's they should be. But I got the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, I got the Bills too, and we'll talk about that moving the game later on. But yeah, I got the Bills 8.5 over the Browns. I mean, weather not going to play a factor. I might have went different if they were in Buffalo, but just so everybody knows, Dave picked the Bears and the Bills. Let's keep an eye on that. So next we got the 8-1 Eagles, favored by 6.5 versus Tim's 4-5-1 Colts. So Tim, I'll let you start. Can Jeff Saturday make it 2 in a row?
You're gonna love me. Bacon's gonna love me. Bacon's gonna love me even more. I watched that. I watched that game. I watched that Eagles game, and it's unbelievable how well that Washington played defense against the Eagles. And the thing is, what beat the Eagles? Yeah, granted, everybody's going to say the 4 turnovers beat the Eagles, but Washington's running game beat the Eagles. Washington, all I saw was Washington just beat on the Eagles with that running game. That being said, I'm going to make my lock of the week. I'm going to take.
That's yours.
I'm going to
That's
take
yours too.
I'm going to take the
You want you
Indianapolis.
water?
Oh, Tim's going with the Colts as his lock of the week. Mess Around is joining us.
I figured I'd come in and say hi real quick.
Yeah, come in here and say hi. I mean, that's fine. You want to give your pick for the Colts and Eagles game?
Yeah, I went with the Colts as my lock as well. Jeff Saturday 2-0. Calling it.
Are you sure? I thought you sent me that said the Jets were your lock.
No, I had the Colts as my lock.
You have the Colts? Okay. All right. I'll change it. I thought it was the Jets. Crispy,
No, I'm actually going to do a hard game this week. I'm not going to make it easy.
All right, Chris. Who do you have in the Eagles-Colts game?
Yeah, last week's Eagles game was interesting. They got their first loss. I'm going with the Colts.
Oh, I think the 4-0 jinx is on because I'm going Colts too. I think.
Oh wow.
I think Saturday will make it 2 in a row. I think he got them playing strong up front, and I know, back in the day, if you got a good offensive line game going and a defensive line game going, you can control the game. So I'm going with the Colts, and Tim just went sideways on us. So mess around. We'll start with the next game. The Jets versus the Patriots. Jets 6-3, and the Patriots 5-4. Patriots are favored by 3.5. So mess around. Who do you have in this game?
Not the Patriots. I'll never pick the Patriots ever.
Yep. Yeah, you got down the Jets. Chris, how about you? Who do you have?
I'm going with the Jets.
All right, so that's 2 for the Jets.
I feel like
Tim
play
fumbling with his phone there, so I will go. I'm going to go with the Jets too. Jets, like we said, it's kind of turning it around a little bit. So I'll go the Jets. Tim, Jets and Patriots. Who do you have?
Oh, I got the Jets. I can't take the Patriots. That's like running my head over with a snowblower.
Yeah. Okay. So the next game, we found out that Cooper Kupp's going to miss. Sounds like the rest of the regular season. So the Rams are going to be short. They're 3-6 versus the Saints at 3-7. Saints are favored by 2.5. Mess around did pick the Rams, so are you sticking with that pick? Mess around with the big injury.
Who are they playing again?
The Saints.
Oh yeah, I don't care. Cubs out.
Okay.
They're playing the Saints. It shouldn't be a big deal.
All
I
right.
did, you know, since I just picked Cup up in fantasy too in a trade with my brother, and now it's done.
Yeah. So Tim, who do you got between the Rams and the Saints?
Yeah, I don't think the Cooper Cup was going to change my big pick either. I've got the Saints. I just don't. I that one was just a toss up for me.
Okay, crispy bacon.
I'm going with
Who
the
you got?
Rams.
All right.
Rams.
Yep, I'm going with the Saints too. Got to get off that Rams bandwagon because for some reason that Super Bowl hangover is definitely a big hangover for them right now. And with Cooper Cup out, he loses his main target there. So the next game we got the 3-6 Mighty Lions versus the 7-2 Mighty Giants. And the Giants are favored by 3. Mess around comes back on. He picked the Giants. So, Chris, who do you have in this game?
Fortunately, as much as I don't want this team to win because we're facing them next week, I got the Giants.
Tim?
Or should I say
Again, bacon. This is how you do it. This is how you do it. This is how you do it. This is you want the teams in your division to lose. This is how you do it. I'm taking the Lions.
I thought you said that about the Packer game last week.
That wasn't my fault.
Yeah,
I'm
going with
Cowboys. That wasn't my fault.
I'm going with the Giants. They're home. Lions, yes, have been playing tough. They've been shooting themselves in the foot quite a bit. So until they can play a full game, I got to go with the Giants. So next game we got the 3-7 Panthers versus the 6-3 Ravens. Ravens double-digit favorites in this game with 13. So Chris, who do you have in this game?
Yeah, I got the Ravens. I don't think it matters on the Panthers side who you start at quarterback. I think it's a lost season. Right now, you're just trying to figure out who's going to be your starter next year. That's how I feel.
Yep. Mess around. Since you weren't going to be on, you picked the Ravens. You sticking with the Ravens?
Quote the Raven nevermore.
All right. And then Tim, who do you have? Tim's in and out. Tim, you there?
Come on, Tim. That's not very oozy.
All right. Yeah. Tim's internet's not being oozy with him, so we'll get back to Tim on that game. Unless he's back. All right. So, Chris, we'll move on to you.
Yeah.
The Commanders versus the Titans. Commanders 5-3, favored by 3 versus the Houston Texans, who are 1-7-1. So, who do you have in that game?
I think we're all going to be on the same page here. I think it's going to be Washington. Houston hasn't been playing that well.
All right. Well, once Tim figures out his camera, we'll get to him. Mess around. You still sticking with the Texans on this one? Going with the upset.
Who are they playing again?
Commanders. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't know if I'd call it quite an upset. This game's like flip a coin. Both teams are bad, but I will admit the Commanders play better with Heineke or whatever his name is than DeWitt. So, I'm still gonna stick with the Texans. Got to go with Lovey.
All right. Yeah, I'm going with the Commanders too. I think hopefully they stick with Heineke for the rest of his career there. I mean, I think he's been doing pretty good there. Wentz, I think Wentz has even given them like the okay.
That running back that the Texans have is really good. I think he's gonna have a big day.
Yeah. So the next game we got the 2-7 Raiders versus the 3-6 Broncos. Broncos are favored by 3. So mess around. I'll start with you. You picked the Raiders, so you sticking with it?
This is more of like a flip a coin type game because both teams suck and are terrible this year. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with the Raiders.
All right, Crispy, who do you have? Crispy, who do you have in the Broncos Raiders game in Denver?
Oh, that's a good one. I'm going Bengals.
No, Broncos Raiders.
Oh, Broncos Raiders. Sorry.
Yeah.
Broncos.
Okay.
Both
All
teams
right.
haven't been that good. So
Nope. Exactly. They haven't been good. I'm going Broncos too. Just pretty much like Metro said, it's a coin flip. I'll go with the home team. Tim, you back?
Yeah, they let the drunk guy back on the phone.
All right. So let's go back, cover the games. Panthers Ravens. Who do you have?
Oh, I've got the Ravens. There's no question.
All right. Commanders versus the Texans.
Again, they're not playing football. They're playing Madden. So I've got the Commanders.
All right, and then we just covered the Raiders versus the Broncos. Who do you have in that game?
Well, the Raiders looked terrible last week. I've got the Broncos.
All right. So moving on, we got the 5-4 Bengals favored by 3.5 over the 3-6 Steelers. Tim, who do you have in that game?
The Steelers are getting better, but yet it's still the Bengals. I've got the Bengals.
All right, Crispy, who do you have?
I got the Bengals. I feel like Joe Burrow's playing well.
All right, mess around. Who do you have?
I think I went with the Bengals, right? That's
Yep.
what I originally took.
You Bengals.
I'm going to switch it up, and I'm going to go with the Steelers. Because it's a division game, they're always close. I think that Pittsburgh defense gets a turnover at the end and wins. A pick six at the end, I'm calling it.
All right, I'm going with the
wow.
I'm going with the Steelers too. I think I think the Steelers are going to do it. I think they're home, All right, the next game, we got the 6-3 Cowboys favored by 1.5 over the Vikings, who are 8-1. Chris, I'll let you start with this game. And I'm guessing I know which way you're going, but Cowboys Vikings.
I'm going with Cowboys. I'll go Cowboys.
All right, mess around.
Who did I take? Did I take the Vikings?
No, you took the Cowboys.
Did I?
Yeah.
I'm going to change it, of course. I'm going to go with the Vikings because they're coming off that big come-behind win. The miracle up in Buffalo or whatever. They won at the last second. All that craziness took place. I think they're riding on a high, and they carry that in the win over Dallas.
All right. Mr. Uso or Usi.
I hope there's no letdown from that game against Buffalo that last week. Oh boy. But then again, Dallas played that big, lovely, terrible game against Green Bay. I've got the Vikings.
Yeah. Man, it's tough. I've been thinking about this all week. I really hope the Vikings don't have a letdown after all the excitement. The radio, I mean, it's to the point where the radio broadcasters even gotten went viral with his reaction and stuff like that. So I'm going Vikings. I think it's going to be another close one. Next game we got the 7-2 Chiefs versus the 5-4 Chargers. Chiefs are favored by 5.5. Chris, who do you have in that game?
I got the Chiefs in this one. I mean,
Okay.
Both teams are okay, but Chiefs are better.
All right, mess around. You picked the Chiefs.
I did. San Diego won the first meeting this year, right?
I
remember.
I believe so.
I mean, not San Diego. Excuse me, Los Angeles.
No, Chargers beat them by 3.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think it matters who won the first meeting. I think Kansas City's going to win this. I know they're without Juju today, but that Tony guy that picked up from Giants stepped in nicely last week and looks like he's not going to be a bust. It was just the Giants after all. So I think Kansas City wins by 14.
Yeah, I am also going with the Chiefs too. Like we said there, I think
I'm on there twice.
That the guy that that receiver that they picked up for the Giants, I think is going to start stepping up. All right, Tim. Chiefs, Chargers. Who do you have?
I got the Chargers. I think it's going to be interesting. It's a divisional game. I think it's going to be closer than I think the spread has it as.
All right. Guys, I'm just looking. I haven't even made my lock of the week yet. And I don't want the Monday night game.
I don't think I'll
I'll take the Broncos in my lock because I don't want the Monday night game. So I'm taking the Broncos. The Monday night game, we got the 49ers. And Chris, no, you have not made your lock yet. Chris,
I know.
we got the 5-4 49ers who are favored by 8 over the Cardinals who are favored 4-6. So, Chris, who do you have?
I'll take the Cardinals in that game.
Okay.
And then
Well, make it
I'll
your
make
lock.
my lock.
Make it your lock. Make it your
Make it my
lock.
lock. All right, I'll make it my lock.
All right, Cardinal, by the pressure by the Uzi, we're going to make that his lock.
Not very easy to pressure him like that.
All right, mess around. You took the Niners. He's sticking with the Niners.
It's a very
Yeah, I'm gonna
easy
stick
lock.
with Niners. That they got too much on offense and for that Cardinal defense to stop. So
All right, Tim. Cardinals or Niners? Cardinals.
Bacon, I gotta admit that is a very oozy lock. I like it. No pressure on that lock whatsoever.
You picked it. Yeah, I know.
You picked it.
I've got the 49ers. No pressure there whatsoever.
Yeah.
Is that your lock? Is that your
No,
lock?
his lock was his lock was the Colts. Him and
Mine's
mess
up
around with the
further.
Colts.
Okay.
Him and mess around with the Colts. So we are gonna pick the 3 Thanksgiving games because next week, of course, we will have a short week because of all the Thanksgiving games. So we got right now we got the 6-3 Bills versus the 3-6 Lions. Bills, as of right now, are favored by 10. Barring any big injuries, we'll let these guys switch their picks before the Thursday game. So, Chris, who do you have in the first Thursday game? Bills Lions.
I got the Buffalo Bills.
All right, mess around.
I'm glad you said that because it's so hard to pick these games without knowing the outcomes of Sunday's games and the injuries. So,
Yep.
Barring what you said, barring injuries and whatnot, I'm going to take the Bills.
Oh yeah. We'll definitely major injuries. I mean, you put it in the chat that you're switching your pick. We'll definitely we'll make accommodations for it. So Bills. Tim, who do you have?
So if the Lions win this week and they go into a home game against the former home team of the Detroit Bills, so that would make it they'd be working on a 4-game winning streak going into things 3-game winning streak going into things.
That's how you advance stats and.
Oh, Tim was going on a good rant there, and then he froze up. For me, man, I really wanted to pick the Lions before they moved the game, but if Buffalo stays in Detroit, it's pretty much no travel day for them. I'll go with Buffalo still. Tim, you back sideways a little bit? All right, we'll get back with Tim.
I think he's muted.
There
he is.
you back, Tim? God, we gotta love technology. Gotta love technology. All right, so we'll move on. We got the 7-2 Giants as of right now versus the 6-3 Cowboys. Cowboys favored by 7. Chris, who do you have?
Dallas.
All right, mess around.
Yeah, I believe I took Dallas.
No, you told me you took the Giants, but we can switch it.
I did take Giants. Okay, I'll stick with the Giants.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I gotta go.
Yeah.
I gotta go with Cowboys at home Thursday. So
Double
Tim's
prime.
back again. All right.
No,
So
I got Buffalo. I got Buffalo.
okay, you got
I got the
okay, you got Buffalo.
Before I
All right,
go
how about
off
the
again,
second
I got
game?
Buffalo.
All right. The second game, you got the Giants versus the Cowboys.
Yeah.
I got the Giants. The Giants before I decide to blink again.
Oh, you're going with the Giants. All right.
Yeah,
And then
great minds.
the Thursday or the third Thursday night game, we got the Patriots.
Oh, forget it. Whoever the Patriots are playing, take the other team.
And they're playing Minnesota 8-1.
Oh.
Minnesota's favored by 3.
Minnesota's going to be favored by 12 by the end of the week. Go Minnesota.
All right, Tim's going Minnesota. Mess around. You took the Vikings too. You sticking with that one?
I almost went with the Patriots, but I never picked the Patriots, so I couldn't do it.
Yeah. Chris, who do you have?
I got the Vikings.
All right. I took the Vikings too, but I feel that, being that short week, if they have a tough game against the Cowboys, this Patriots game might turn into be a close one too. So, but I'm going Vikings because they're at home. So, all right, guys. So that's our picks for the week and Thursday games. Again, barring big injuries, we could be changing those picks up. Oh, I'm gonna throw a shocker here. I'm taking my lock for all 3 Thursday games. I'm saying that I can't do it because I picked the Lions. Forget it. I was going to say the home teams are going to win on Thursday, but I took the Lions. Or I took the Bills. So that's not going to be my lock.
You can make that your. You could do that at the end, though. Your baby baller of the week.
No, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. So, Chris, let's get into our topics.
Yep.
All right. All right, Chris, let's get some history going. What you got for us?
Yeah, so I got. Yeah, I'm trying to think of all the teams I did. Let's do the Patriots. I believe they've been around as long as the Cowboys and a couple other teams. Hadn't started out, the best of times for New England. They started out in Boston. They moved to New England. I guess that's not much of a change. They went to a couple Super Bowls before Brady's, was drafted. And then, of course, the Brady era won 6 or 7 championships. I don't know. So.
Yeah. So let's pull it up here. Patriots. Let's see here. Established in 1956. Like you said, they went to a couple Super Bowls before the Brady era began. They were the Boston Patriots. Nicknames the Pats, the Evil Empire. I love that one. Let's see here. So, Super Bowl champs 2001, 3, 4, 14, 16, 18. And I believe they lost to the Bears in one Super Bowl, I think it was. So
that was 85.
85, exactly. So, all right. So, history on the Patriots there. So, all right, Chris, let's go into topic number 2.
K&A Custom Crafts on Facebook.
All right, so we're going to go stop messing around with Metro since he's here. Barring, because of the Buffalo Bills, the weather in Buffalo, should the NFL be allowed to move games? I mean, back in the day, they did it. They just kind of dug them out. So, mess around, what do you think?
I think it's excuse me. Depends on the severity of the weather. Like they got so much snow in Buffalo, there's no way that game is going to be played there today. I saw a picture of it, and it was just like mound upon mound of snow. There's no way they could have possibly done that game there. So I just think, it just depends on the severity of the weather.
Okay. Oh, and probably stadium issues and stuff like that. So we'll pass it around. Tim, do you think NFL should keep moving games?
It depends on the severity. I've been to places where they've had to move games because of hurricanes. Yeah, if the weather dictates it, yeah, he should be able to move it within reason.
Yeah.
I don't. Technically, Buffalo to Detroit's not that far of a
Yeah.
drive. Uh, it's all within reason, and hopefully they do right by the fans. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's the big thing. Chris, how about you?
I think so. I mean, if it was like an inch or two of snow, maybe they would
Yeah.
keep it in Buffalo. But seeing all that mountains of snow, I don't think they should have been playing in it. I mean, yesterday you had Notre Dame playing in the snow. It wasn't that deep of snow, but
Yeah.
they're playing in it, and everything seems to be okay.
So yeah,
Here's a question for you: if it's a playoff game, you think they move it?
well, that's kind of what I was going to get
Yeah.
at too. Yeah, they probably would have moved it if it's this severe.
Yeah.
But the second part of that, kind of came across to me. Should teams that have weather issues like Buffalo think about building stadiums with retractable roofs on there? Because I mean, we all know football is meant to play outside. I mean, yeah, it's nice to have an indoor stadium due to cold weather, but what do you guys think? Should teams that have these kind of issues think about doing a retractable? I mean, granted, probably nobody would have been able to get to the game anyways because it's like what 6 feet of snow. So, Tim, what do you think?
I heard 60. Yeah.
I think it's difficult because you're looking at teams like would you dome Soldier Field, would you dome Lambeau Field?
Yeah.
You wouldn't dome historical arenas and fields like that. And you're not building anytime soon. I don't think so. I think that's the opinion of the ownership of the teams. I don't think you have to put your beliefs on that one. I think it should be whatever the team feels like it needs.
All right. Messer, what do you think? I mean, Soldier Field, could you see that being domed? I mean,
no way. It's too old. They've been playing outside for years, forever. It'd just be weird to see them playing in the dome. I mean, you can't take that element away from. That's like an advantage for Chicago. Really late in the year, playing in the cold.
Yeah. So, Crispy, how about you? Do you think teams in those weather conditions to think about having a dome stadium?
I think in the next, I don't think right now, but I think in the next 10 years, you'll probably see a lot of teams, or pretty much all of the teams, with either retractable or domed fields. It kind of started that trend with Arizona having the field they got. I think they're like one of the innovators. Well, no, I take that back. I think Houston was one of the two.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I think within the next 10, 15 years, you'll probably see it. I mean, the stadium the Dolphins are at, they basically put I wouldn't say a dome, but
yeah, they put
that.
like a half yeah. No, it is tough because, like Tim said, Lambeau, Soldier Field. Would you want to see those iconic stadiums be domed? I mean, no, but if Buffalo's, there's always been talk Buffalo might relocate, somewhere. So, but hopefully they do.
Well,
good
I mean,
in Detroit.
that's how I guess the conversation started with you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, with the dome collapsing here, what we were going to do, but
that snow game.
Yeah, exactly. That went to Detroit. Yeah. So, all right, Chris, let's move into topic number 3. Got the.
Huh? Yeah, I think I hit it wrong, but hold on 1 second.
All right. No problem. Take your time.
We'll do this one.
All right. Oh, you're going with this one. I thought you're going to do C2C rank them first, Chris.
Oh,
we'll do
you want to go?
There we go.
Do that one. We'll do that
all
one.
right, C2C. Yeah, we'll do C2C rank them. You can catch us, myself and Tim, on Tuesday mornings, 9 a.m. Central, as we break down, rank some different topics. Last week we did movies. This week, due to Thanksgiving, we'll be doing some food. So All right, so Tim, what is your prime five this week?
All right, the prime five that I picked
Ooh.
this week it's based off of what Justin Fields did last week, and it made me think about how close any of these quarterbacks can rush for 1,000 yards. If there's going to be ever a quarterback that's going to rush for 1,000 yards, or possibly win the rushing title, so I
Okay.
decided to do the top 5 quarterback rushing leaders. My 2 honorable mentions are Jalen Hurts. He's got 354 yards. Granted, he's not making 1,000 this year.
Okay.
And Marcus Mariota with the Atlanta Falcons. He's at 347.
Wow.
But my number 5 quarterback is Kyler Murray for the Cardinals. He's at 359. I've got Daniel Jones at number 4 for the Giants at 387. Number 3, I've got Josh Allen for the Bills at 476. Then we've got Lamar Jackson for the Baltimore Ravens at 635. And then after last week, of course, Justin Fields is number 1 at 749. It makes
Wow.
me think that he can honestly make 1,000 yards this year, if not push for at least 12.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, Fields is, mess around. What do you think about that? Your quarterback running around with his head cut off.
Honestly, I'm more traditional. I'd rather him be a pocket passer, but it's great the things he's doing, extended plays, getting all the yard rushing, and he's rushed for the most first downs on third downs this year. So he's keeping drives alive. He's on pace to break Jackson's rushing record for most of the season with over 1,200.
Yep.
Jackson's also on pace to break his own record, so it's a race to see which one of those two gets it.
And the funny thing is that Justin Fields is sixth in the rushing. It's sixth in rushing in the league right now.
Yeah, I was just going to look that up to see where that was at. So I mean, Henry's already over 1,000, so I don't think we're going to see the rushing title being held by a quarterback. But I would say time is coming. I mean, the way these quarterbacks are running, we could see a rushing leader be a quarterback. So good top 5. I like it. All right, Chris, let's go into our last topic and the ad.
What do you want for that one?
Well, you can do Baldine's book. Yeah, you can do Baldine's book.
Okay.
So, race against race. Baldine Sanders, a fellow colleague of ours here at Coast to Coast. You see him Wednesdays with Joanne on the Bo and Joe show. So pick it up. Christmas is right around the corner. I know he would love the sales. You can still find it on Amazon. So, all right, guys, my big baller this week. Last week I took the wide receiver combo of Jefferson and Diggs to see who would outdo who, and I would say that they both did a fantastic job, but Jefferson out did Diggs. So this week, I hate to go with the obvious choice, but I guess it wouldn't be so obvious except for who he's playing. I'm gonna go with Heineke. I'm gonna go Heineke taking it to the Texans. I think this week is my big baller. And I'll throw out a special baller there because it's Thanksgiving. You know what? I'll say Dak Prescott will take it to the Giants on Thursday. So that'll be a special Thanksgiving baller for the Cowboys there. So with that being said, mess around.
Yeah.
You missed our opening topic. We did get our one top topic was as a fan, what are we thankful for in our sports in the football this year? And also, what are you thankful for your team for? So mess around. What are you thankful for this season so far?
I think he's going way too fast. We already went week 11.
Yep.
I can't believe it's already this late in the season. My team's pretty much done for the year. They're pretty much jockeying for draft position and the development of Fields, see how he develops this year. So other than that, there's been some great games. We had that Vikings-Bills game of the year so far with all the craziness that happened at the end of that game. Still got some good games coming up. Kansas City and the Rams, I think, still are slated to play this year, so that should be another good game.
Yeah.
they had a good game a few years ago where they both scored like almost 50 points. So looking forward to that one. And other than that, just like I said, just a continuation of seeing what Fields does and if he can stay healthy, being that he's a running quarterback. They're always going to take those big shots, try if they don't get down or out of bounds. So hopefully that doesn't happen with Fields because I'd love to see where he goes and if he can break that record.
Yeah, just so anybody's counting, the Vikings are three games away from clinching the division. If they win today, they win Thursday, and the Packers lose on Sunday, the Vikings will clinch the division. So, but looking at the playoffs, we kind of touched on based on them last week. Washington's still a half a game out of the 7th spot, which would give the NFC East all their teams in the playoffs. So right now, if Washington gets in, so mess around. You missed it last week. So what do you think about that?
About what?
About NFC East getting all their teams in the playoffs if Washington sneaks in.
That would just be craziness if they all got in. I mean, I think we all said the AFC West was all going to get in, and that look how that worked. Now it's the NFC East all possibly getting in. I will say that whether the Bears win or lose, it's great seeing the Packers lose. Always great seeing even the fans were booing them out of the stadium. That was awesome. So love to see the Packers lose.
Yeah, Tim, how about you? What are you still thinking? With the Washington on the cusp of getting all the AFC.
Trying to sneak out, damn cat.
I think it's totally possible after what I saw with the Redskins. Oh boy. The Commanders. After what I saw with the Commanders last week against Philadelphia, I think it's completely possible.
Yeah, no, Chris, I know that's your division. I mean, what do you think? I mean, just a few years ago, they were the laughing division of football. So
yeah, they were talking about that on the pregame shows, and they see that more of the AFC than the NFC East.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's possible, but it'd be cool to see either division make all their teams. Have all their teams.
Well, now that I look at it, I mean, right now, if you look at the AFC conference, you got Kansas City 1, you got Miami 2, you got the Jets 5, you got Buffalo 6, and you got New England 7. So right there, all their teams are in. So I mean, like
plus the Commanders are getting a key piece of their defense back. They're getting Chase Young, and they haven't had him all year, and that makes their defense so much better.
Yep, but I mean, like Messerell said in our preseason show, our prediction, I think we all had the AFC East or West getting in, and now it looks like the AFC East is going to get in with all their teams right now as it stands. So, it's good football. I mean, definitely.
I heard with
Go ahead, Chris.
I heard with Wilson that with Wilson he's at the line of scrimmage calling Seahawks audibles, and they're like, "What's that?"
Yeah, that could be. Speaking of the Broncos, they are turning the play calling over to Clint Kubiak this week to see how that goes. So Clint was here with the Vikings. I don't know if he did much play calling or not, but so that's big there. Cooper Kupp expected to miss.
He did. I know.
I think he did a little bit. Yeah, Houston might have been. Cooper Kupp expected to miss 6 to 8 weeks, sources say. So he's pretty much out the remainder of the season. Washington is committed to sticking with Heineke. OBJ under talks with a few teams. He said he won't make a decision until after Thanksgiving. So, Messerau, where do you think Odell Beckham Jr. is going to go?
I think he's going to go with. I think he's going to go back home. I think he's going to go Giants.
Okay, Tim.
Nah.
I completely agree. I think he's going back to the Giants. The Giants right now can put him back in the playoffs, if not the Super Bowl.
Okay, Chris.
Yeah, that's who I'm thinking too. Is the Giants? Giants and Cowboys are finalists for him. I think he's going to New York. Everybody's thinking he's going to Dallas. I don't think that.
Yeah, Dallas has been high on
I
him.
don't want that
Jerry
either.
Jones, of course, wants everybody. So, yeah, it's tough. I think one of those two teams are going to go, but I'd like to see him go back to New York and finish it off. So I'll take the Giants in that one. Outside of that, I don't see anything. Any other breaking news? Have you guys seen anything recent today?
Is Sue going to be on a play count? Is Sue going to be starting today or
I don't know if
today
he's
against
playing
the Colts?
today.
Oh yeah, he
I
signed
don't
with
think he's
who
playing.
did he sign with?
Billy.
Philly, that's right.
He signed with Philly.
Eagles.
Let's see.
They
Here.
also
Let's
got
see.
Joseph Lindebaugh too, another defensive tackle. So
Yeah, let's see.
they're beefing up that line.
I don't think Sue's playing. I thought I heard something on that. But
I didn't even
least
think
not
about
today.
that. I'm looking here to see
Take the week.
if anything. I think Sue will be on a play
Who's count?
count.
Pitch count.
Yeah.
They're not saying nothing, Tim. So I know Tim's having a little difficulties there.
I think he
So
froze.
yeah, he froze. So if he comes back on before the show ends, we got a few minutes here. So, anyways, guys, let's go around, give final thoughts on this week. Messer, I'll start with you. What you got?
I think Justin Fields, he's going back home. He's from Georgia. I think he has a big game today. No, not just rushing. I think he puts up his first 300-yard passing game of the year.
Ooh, all right. Tim's back. God, the internet doesn't like you today, Tim. So your final thoughts.
I'm happy it's week 11, but I'm sad it's a week 11. We've had unbelievable football, and I don't think today's going to be any different. I don't think this week's going to be any different. It's going to be fun. I'm going to enjoy it.
All right, crispy bacon. What's your final thought?
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting week. 2 weeks, I guess you could say. Huh?
Your final thoughts. Go ahead.
Yeah. It's going to be an interesting week or two for the NFL season. Just stay with Coast to Coast. We got great shows coming up, and enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your Thanksgiving weekend or week.
Yes. Yeah, this final few weeks is going to be the final few weeks are going to be interesting. A lot of teams still in the playoff mix. A lot of teams still fighting for playoff spots. With that being said, definitely keep checking us out. Check us out Tuesdays.
In honor of Thanksgiving, Crispy, change your name to Turkey Bacon.
Turkey bacon. Turkey bacon.
Maybe I will. Maybe I will.
All right. So with that being said, between the ropes tonight, Monday might have a couple shows on. Tuesday we got C2C Ringham. Check out myself and Tim. We got on deck. Hopefully we get our final episode in. I've been having some scheduling conflicts with some people, which is fine. Family comes first. So and then Tuesday Night Mania. So with that being said, guys, you guys all have a good week. Have a good Thanksgiving, and we'll see you all next Sunday on Morning Tailgate. Have a good one.